So this episode we're doing full force multiplier. We're using the Act 3 Chapter 1 method with these mutators on, and the difficulty has to be casual because if you select a higher difficulty, while you get more points, there is more waves of maulers and it takes much longer. Alright, so the other medals we're going to be working on will be King of Cog, we're going to get that one, and also we're going to be adding significant numbers towards Survivalist number 1 and Aficionado medals. Obviously you can skip past this stuff and the checkpoints, and I'm going to be showing you how to set this up for the most efficient run possible that I found. My run from loading screen to loading screen was 2 minutes and 29 seconds. So I think that's as fast as you can get. I know some people say that getting the Force Multiplier medal is just as fast on Chapter 2, Act 7. I beg to differ. This was more reliable for me, and I felt like I actually got done a little bit faster. Of course, my favorite reason for playing this section here is that whenever you're setting it up, you get this glorious inspirational character. This stranded leading to battle, sort of walking in a strange sideways gait, carrying her shotgun like a zucchini. She's carrying to her neighbor's house, and her bowl cut is an inspiration for all of us. The inspiration is short-lived. Okay, we're going to engage Chickmunk mode now, and I'll explain why I'm doing all this stuff. Alright, first off, what you're doing in the setup is you're setting everything as you want it to be for the checkpoint, because once you get that checkpoint, we're going to reload it a billion times for however many hours you want to boost this medal. So you want that checkpoint set it perfectly. I shot off all the bullets out of my Lancer so that you don't have to shoot any bullets off. So the moment you start the checkpoint, your Lancer is ready to receive that super reload. I pick up the boom shot because, in my experience, it is the fastest way to clear off the first level and start the Mauler horde charging. And the last thing you want to really be aware of when you're setting this up is you want to make sure that you, not player 2, gets more points in this opening scene. That will make it really easy for you to have more points in them at the end of the chapter, because the points come with you to the checkpoint. So if you start off with more points in them at the beginning of the checkpoint, you're going to play a ton of times. That they won't have to sit there and not do anything and be bored. Well, to make sure that you have more points at the end for your number 1 medal. Of course, if you're boosting with a secondary controller, which you can, just have a controller sitting there and play split screen, you don't need to worry about that. But if you have a friend, which I did, it helps a lot. Just making everything a lot more fun. And it also goes by faster if you have more gun shooting things. And here to our group we have the crucial checkpoint, which we reload 10 million times. As you are now is as you will be 110 times as you do this thing. So I'm just going to run through this really quick because we want to get past this. Because really, for the next part of the tutorial, the only important thing is what you do at the very end of this checkpoint. So, Chickmunk Hyperdrive. Alright, we're going to slow it down to normal time for the very end of this thing, and then we'll give you one untouched run through normal speed so you can see how this thing plays out. Crucial thing right here, be sure you are pressing start button so that the moment that start screen can be pulled up, it does get pulled up. Otherwise you'll miss your checkpoint and you'll have to do the whole start setup over again. As long as you get the menu pulled up before the next checkpoint loads, selecting load last checkpoint will load the one before and you'll get to play it in this loop. Here we go. Alright, here's a point you'll get really familiar with. As you see, I have the boom shot in my hand because I picked it up before the checkpoint, and my Lancer, when I whip it out, will be almost ready. Will be ready to active reload. And of course, you wait for that giant cluster to come in, get the 2 shots and super reload shots on them. And because super reload gives you free ammunition, you can really land the booms on these guys and clear a ton of them out in the record time here. So clear those guys out, switch to my Lancer, which is ready, and start spraying people down. Alright, one zombie, who's my buddy in this run through, has already moved the one shot in position, but if you're playing on your own, the one shot will be sitting in this corner here, and you'll have to adjust the playthrough a little bit from this one. You'll need to kill the first wave of maulers with super reload from the balcony where I was killing the grenadiers, and then you'll have time to move the one shot in. So it won't be quite as smooth as this, but if you have a buddy getting the one shot all set up already, makes it go a ton faster. And of course, because the one shot super reload gives you free ammunition, it just makes it really easy for getting a whole bunch of multi-kills in a row. And you'll see part of it is just sort of waiting for the maulers to line up in a row and then squeezing off. Pretty simple stuff, and you just get like 3 or 4 double kills in a row. And this is a pretty quick section here. like I said, the whole run through from checkpoint to checkpoint is 2 minutes 30 seconds. That's loading screens and everything. So it's like, if you find a faster way, let me know. But be sure to time yourself, because I don't think you can get better than 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It's pretty darn fast. So here we go, finishing this thing off. And that's how you do it. Make sure you do a little celebratory dance here at the end by blowing up all the propane tanks and throwing your grenades and dancing back and forth on the barricades. It's not the same without it. One thing I almost forgot to mention was that you can also do this thing by going split screen with yourself and having your split screen one just standing there. It works great. You still get all the number 1 medals. You get everything that I showed in this video. The only difference is that it takes a tiny bit longer because there's not as many people to kill the enemies, and you have to play on split screen. So that's it. Alright, so that was that, and let's cut to the medals. Here are the medals, glorious medals. Be sure to look at them, appreciate them, stand in awe of them, pause the video for a while, I don't know, write an epic song to their awesome glimmering onyxness, and there you go. I'll catch you guys next time, and we'll be finishing off the arcade medals in new, original, and exciting ways. Yeah, probably not. I'm going to be mind-numbingly bored. Alright, see you guys later.